I forgot about this quest when I got here.
You forgot about Ymir's quest?
Yeah, because I got the quest super early, and I remember even seeing the map and be like, oh yeah, it's probably that spot on the map. That looks like it. I'll get there. I'll figure out how to get there eventually, because I had no idea how to get there. Then when I did get there like 20 hours later, I just walked right up to the big, like, center of the area, and it's like, huh, there's nothing here, and then I left. I just left.
I did Finger Ruins pretty early into... I found the first Finger Ruins pretty early into the game.
Likewise.
And then when I found Ymir later, I was like, oh, this is what I have to do now.
Yeah. It's like it was already done for me, so it's like, oh, just time to go back there now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, going to the Fly Town was one of the first things I did, so immediately the rune was broken and everything.
Oh, my lighting's all fucked up again. God damn it. Fine.
And then that one guy pointed it out, and then you deleted his comment.
What?
So you deleted a comment of somebody complaining about how there's an event that messes with a bunch of quests.
Oh, I didn't want them to spoil you because I didn't know how far you were in the game at the time you posted it. Either that or they said something stupid and I deleted their comment because their comment was stupid.
Wow.
It's very freeing having Toaster as a moderator because he has a much lower threshold for deleting comments. He deletes people for just making comments he doesn't like.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
But it's not my channel. That's why I'm not gonna like do that. I don't.
That's why I
like,
do it because I'm like, fuck you.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just be banning people like every time they make a joke.
Well,
like this is not your channel. Don't be funny.
The
try.
The thing with me and with Keith's channel is that I will read the comments, and a good 50% of the time, comments are like well-meaning, but like either offensive or like a spoiler or like just like something that is clearly going to be dealt with in the playthrough, and it's just like you don't get to do this here. Like it's just not going to be you're not going to be part of this. So I just delete the comment. And the other 50% of the time are people being fucking stupid. And I just killed them on sight. Like, I'm just like, no, sorry, you don't get to have a say. Like, you don't get to have a platform. I'm sorry. I forget that Keith can even...
Everybody in the comment section down below say, delete me, Rack Daddy.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch.
We won't remember this conversation.
Yeah, we won't remember this conversation.
By the time that happens, and I'll be so confused.
One thing I will say is there are Keith playthrough like series that I haven't watched yet and probably won't watch because I'm not super interested in them. And as a result, those comment sections are just those go crazy.
Wild West.
Yeah. But
so
I don't know.
One of us is far away.
Yeah. It's Ka and Andrew.
We're doing adventures.
You got handed.
Yeah. Got my ass handed.
His tummy was making the rumbles only hands could satisfy.
All right. So if anyone needs to copy Remembrance, there's a Remembrance copier over here. I think there might be an item over here too. But we don't even need
the hands.
We don't even need to engage with them. We don't even need to engage with them. So these are the Finger Ruins of Rhea. And now I get to
so many hands.
I get to go on a tirade that I like loosely explored before but didn't really talk about deeply, which is that I don't fucking understand finger creepers. I don't get them. I don't understand why they exist. Why
are they hands?
Why are they hands is like a big thing. So like
what?
Obviously these finger ruins are related to the fingers, like the two fingers, the bespoke alien race that we know crash landed on this planet and kind of are
because they're as clearly as possible now explicitly alien in this expansion.
Yes, they are very alien. They are from another world. We kind of knew that already, but it is extra spoken for here. And
like we knew that about the fingers, but we now we have like explicit we have so much about like specifically the hand things here.
Yes.
That's not just like a weird coincidence, because at the time, at least from what I could see, it almost felt like, oh, weird. this one abandoned castle's full of hands? Is it like
Yes.
a magic experiment gone wrong?
Yeah.
But now they're clearly aliens.
So the weirdest thing about the finger creepers, though, is that when you look at the two fingers, everything we know about the game and the experience, like the visuals we've had of the two fingers that like we haven't actually met as characters in the Round Table hold, indicates that the two fingers are called the two fingers in like a folkloric type way. Like they're not called the two fingers because they're literally fingers.
Fingers,
They're-
right?
they're
just kind
called-
of finger looking.
Yeah, they just look like weird
Yeah.
fingers, and when you actually look at them,
They're
they
chicken fingers.
exactly. They're just weird. They're weird objects. But then, you had the finger creepers, which
Okay.
only existed in Carrion Manor, and were these like strange hands that look like they were severed from giants, which is like,
Yeah.
okay. But we like don't really have like a clear image of like what they were or
Oh.
what that meant.
Huh? What the fuck? What's going on?
There's a
here?
caster very far away that casts lock spells on us, and we have to fight
Cast
him.
4 on you.
I've never had that spell cast on me ever.
Yeah,
It's kind of
Or-
interesting. I don't know how it works 100%. I haven't double checked it on
I
the
still-
PC yet, but I think what it does is because it'll spawn other ones in on you to drop and eat you.
Yep.
But I don't think they're summoned from nowhere. I think they're just one of the ones nearby.
They
so if you let
are.
them keep grabbing you,
Oh, they
you
have a
can
lot
kind
of
of like
health.
you can thin out the area in advance.
the pale
Seems
ones
like-
are the ones that get summoned.
Yeah, because he just did it to me and he failed to summon one.
Yes, yeah. He runs out. He runs out.
There we go. That one had runes.
What are these things? These are like fucking lampreys? What the
They are
They are-
lampreys. That's what they're called.
That's literally their name in the game.
Oh,
It's not,
okay.
not even anything fancier than that. It's just lamprey.
Well, then.
Uh,
The good visuals, I guess. I immediately knew.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to work, so I think I am going to blow the horn here, and then we can all take turns blowing the horn.
Love the all the messages this gets online. They're not lewd at all. I can promise.
Yeah.
So these rocks were
It's the
just.
finger
These rocks are
butthole.
like. Are these just ships that crash landed? What the fuck are
We have
these?
no idea. We have no idea what these are. Did everyone just get the Crimson Seed Talisman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might have worked, but go ahead and give it a blow if you can right there.
No prompt.
So, okay, cool. So that means it triggered for
We're
everyone.
probably good then.
So
Yeah.
the thing with this place is that these finger stones kind of just grow from the ground, and if you look back here at these like these giant tableaus, these like
It's
match
like a
what
turd ocarina.
okay, or not, or it could not be that.
It's
Um,
covered in finger holes for the hand creatures to use.
yeah.
It's an ocarina.
Oh, okay.
It's not. Okay.
I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Keith.
It was about the fingers.
Oh, yeah,
the
this-
crafting item fingers being.
Yeah. So all of these stones too, if you look at like the tableaus in the background and these stones, they're all matching like the fingerprint shield design and like the burns from the three fingers on you and stuff. So like we don't really know where these come from, but we do know that there are specifically like the finger mimic mushrooms that appear here and drop off the enemies here. And if you look around as well, there are these like weird round stones that aren't fingerprinted that look like maybe eggs that the
Eggs, I
fingers
was wondering
grown
if they're
out of.
eggs.
And it's
Yeah.
just unclear what this whole place is. And so that gets to the bigger thing, which I wanted to talk about when we were in Carrion Manor, but like kind of just is not clear. And it's that for a long time people thought that Carrion Manor. Okay, here's a finger mimic, the mushrooms that I was going to talk about. In Carrion Manor, people thought that like, oh, the finger creepers must be like related to Rykard, or like must be like a weird magical attempt to make the two fingers again, because the two fingers don't look like hands, but the finger creepers do. But we learn that no, they're all related. They're all just the same thing, and I don't get that. So here's a really cool item, the finger mimic.
Maybe they were just taking the shape that you would find most pleasing.
Maybe. That's totally possible. So this crafting item is really important. It says, used by those who wish to become fingers to induce hallucinations. They call these mushrooms the stillborn of the two fingers. I have no fucking clue what that means, but they're used in crafting an item called the finger nostrum, which is sort of like it's like a medicine that doesn't actually do anything. And it's said that it causes wriggling on the inside. So fingers are probably parasites is kind of the conclusion, which we already knew about that because the Elden Beast is a parasite, but still weird. I don't know.
Wouldn't the assumption of it being called a stillborn mean that this is how the hands spawn? That
Very-
they just grow from the ground, and sometimes when one doesn't do anything after a while, it's like, well, I guess that one died. Like,
You would think
The
that.
question is whether or not they call them the stillborn of the two fingers. The question is whether or not that's true or not.
Yeah, whether or
if
not
that's
it's
just, like,
true.
is
some
it?
bullshit.
I mean,
Because we
I'm
just
not going to
call
take
mushrooms
any.
and plants a bunch of dumb things all the time, like babies' tears and stuff. And
Yeah.
they're not made
Well,
of
sure,
that.
but I don't. It doesn't seem like the society seems very interested in knowing the deep intricacies of whatever the fuck is going on here. Like,
So
most of this is just religious based, right? So no one really knows what the fuck's going on. They're just like believing.
sort of. We will learn more about this as this questline proceeds. So we're going to go back to the Cathedral of Manus Mater here so that we can talk to Emir. And I don't know if I have to
Did we
do
wanna go-
that.
Did we want to go up the hill that's nearby to that one shack? Was there anything important there? I don't remember what was there.
Can we actually access
Yeah.
anything
if we
from
go-
here? We can go back
if-
to the
if we
Finger
go-
Ruins.
Yeah, I was gonna
One
say.
other really common feature
Uh-oh.
here is that there's giant geodes here,
There are giant geodes
just
here,
everywhere.
Yeah, everyone follow me. I'll lead the way to a shack.
Remember there
You
was
can
a
go
I guess-
off- you can-
I don't
yeah,
remember
you
what's
can
in
go- Yeah, you can go off to the northwest or
I just
something.
remember-
Oh
Years.
yeah, we could go there. Okay, I
It's
didn't.
a dead end too, so we
remember.
might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I discovered it while I was trying to figure out how to get to that part of the abyss that's to the left.
Likewise.
There are some bears there, I think.
Nutritious.
In my head, those ruins were elsewhere, but I know what you're talking about now. We should definitely go there.
Yep. I also discovered it while I was still trying to figure out how to get to the red area because I still hadn't been there. So I made it as far as blue by getting here via the river, and I'm like, how the fuck do you get to the red area? Don't
Oh.
understand.
That does remind me of something, which is that just like an interesting detail, and it's the fact that the sorceries used by the weird death priests in this area, not in this area, but I mean the Lands of Shadow, and as well the lampreys are called fingernail sorceries, which again, I don't really understand why they're called fingernail sorceries and not just finger sorceries. I'm not sure. But the fingernail stones are a thing. So there is some
Sometimes
connection.
Miyazaki just does it for the love of the game.
Yeah, it's just like an interesting sounding thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could kind of just say whatever you want because realistically, no one's gonna like fact check you.
Well,
No one's
I
gonna
mean-
come at you,
They'll
your door
try.
and,
They'll
like-
try real hard for
Yeah.
years.
Sure, but he doesn't speak English. He's not gonna know. He doesn't care. Like,
Pearlescent
Calling them
scale.
fingernail sorceries is really evocative. It makes me think like you are sacrificing one of your own fingernails. every
Yeah.
time you cast
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
ripping them out.
These things drop pearlescent scales, which say these retrograde scales are found embedded deep within the skin of lamprey, which again, maybe is related. Maybe it's like a scale sorcery. The reason why I specifically note fingernail sorceries as like a weird thing is just that all of the other sorceries are like very pragmatically named, where it's like, this is a dragon cult incantation. It's an incantation from the dragon cult, which is a named group. Or like, glint stone versus glint blade. Some sorceries are called glint blade sorceries because they make blades, like it's like very straightforward. Whereas fingernail sorceries, I guess maybe shoot nails? I'm not really sure. Like it's like a very interesting evocative name for these types of
Only
magic.
Moira can cast them.
Correct.
they are casting them from their hands.
They are,
So maybe
yes.
it's just like a protrusion of their nails.
All right. Here we get the Finger Weaver's Cookbook, which says, record of crafting techniques led by a determined student of the Finger Ruins. His brush with the sublime all but shattered his mind, though he was left capable enough for these few precious words.
These are really shitty cookbooks.
And the ghost says, aha, my theory is proven true. The finger creepers hail from these ruins. So now I must sound this one hanging bell, and sweetly cradled shall I come to be at the bosom of the exalted mother. I feel like this ghost was put in the game to kill theorists.
These people,
Like,
man.
aha, my theory is proven true. The finger creepers hail from these ruins. The reason why I say that is because the prevailing theory for 2 years, was that the finger creepers were just completely unrelated to the two fingers. Like, all of the evidence in the base game implies that they're not the same thing. They look different. They're in different areas. They don't have like the same animation sets. They're not named the same thing in Japanese.
Wait, what?
Like, they're all very,
The motif
very
is
different.
The motif is hands. What do you mean? They just showed up out of nowhere? Like,
Yes.
here's some hands that are
Wild
unrelated to anything.
coincidence.
No,
It's fuck stupidest players.
the
Like,
the motif
guys.
isn't hands though. It's fingers. Those are two different
Okay.
things.
Well,
So,
these guys got fucking 7 of them.
Yeah.
They must be really important.
these guys have like a bazillion of them. And the other thing is that we're told in the
Just like
base
that
game.
everything is hand-like.
Yes.
Nothing ever has the right number of fingers.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
fine.
Well, one of the
That makes it more scary.
one of the interesting things here about this
Oh, I think it's
though
too much health.
is that the fingers, like the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers, specifically the 3 fingers are special because they have more than 2 fingers, and that is considered weird. But no one responds to the finger creepers having like 47 fingers as like a divine right thing. No one's like, whoa, you communed with the finger creepers, but 3 fingers are evil for some reason. Like, that is one of those things that
Alrighty
like proves that like sort of the exception is the rule type situation where the finger creepers seem to be pretty bespoke from the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers. But then this DLC comes along and is like, no, they're actually like related somehow.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
it's like whatever.
What if they're just the feral versions of the fingers?
I
Like,
think-
we have rats and rat men.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I was talking to
They're
Toaster about this in
finger
DMs a little bit,
tars.
where like it's not supported by anything in game, but like if you ask me to like fan fiction, like how are they related, but like obviously very different. Where like Toaster was saying
Yep.
2 fingers don't actually look like fingers. Finger creepers extremely look like fingers.
Yeah.
To
The
me, it
finger
feels
creepers
like
have rings on them. Like,
to me, the stuff that crash landed in these sites here, like this is them in their alien form, and
Yep.
then it's just kind of like they leave an imprint on the world where some things try like new forms of life try to be like them.
yep.
So like that's why we have mushrooms that are like kind of like fingers, and then I feel like the finger creepers are just like some weird creature that came into existence where it was like
Yep.
they like were got like corrupted by these original fingers in some way where it's like let's be like a finger creature thingy.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
like-
color out of space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So frustrating
yeah.
because of the fact that the creepers so specifically and obviously and intuitively look like they're an experiment to mimic the fingers.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
look like a severed hand, so that's what.
They
what
look like a specific guy's hand. with
Yes. Yes.
specific rings. So you're like, what the
and,
fuck are
and
you talking
especially
about?
with especially with like characters like the whole grafting thing earlier in the game, it makes sense to be like, oh, it's just a severed limb, but I think that's them wanting to like confuse you. I
Yeah.
think, which is really cool. It's sort of like when you come to find out, it's like no, they kind of just grow this way, but why do this grow this way? And it's like, was there some past person that tried to commune like
With
these
them.
finger things, and then
Yeah.
now like this is like their offspring in a weird way, like.
Yeah.
Because again,
But
it's
then
really
even-
weird
even
that they
then there's
have
the
ringers.
level-
They have rings on their fingers, and it's like, those are organic.
Yeah,
they
like-
grow with a ring on them. Like that is fucking weird. But,
Everything's
like,
cake?
Yeah, literally.
maybe there was some past weirdo at some point who like had a ring on his hand and had something going on. You know, like again,
Yeah.
nothing in the game supports that, but
Yeah.
like that's what
Like all the
works
rings are
in my head
manifesting
for-
like Godwin's head.
Yep.
I mentioned Godwin to Toaster.
Yeah.
that's the exact line.
But even
that I
then,
was
why
thinking
is the
of.
entire zone full of like onion geodes that are
Yeah.
cracked open or full?
It's
but
the
also they're
upside
just
down fingers.
They're just absolutely everywhere, and the entire level is nothing but geodes.
They
There's
look-
so
they look
many
like
of them,
eggs.
like an egg clutch.
Yeah. It's
yeah, they
ve-
could be petrified. The eggs that didn't hatch, or maybe
It's
they
like-
are hatched.
It's like,
or
what the
somehow,
fuck am I
or-
supposed to think those
Yeah.
are?
This
Pale
thing is
fingers.
this piece of lore, the lore with the fingers and Emir's quest, are without a doubt the thing that is most confusing to me about this DLC. I can put together
Yeah.
a unified lore theory of everything that happened in the game and how everything fits together perfectly, except for the finger creepers. And what I was telling Illusory the other day over DM was just like, you know, Illusory was talking about like theories of like maybe they're this or maybe they're that. It's like there's like a bunch of open-ended ideas that you could jump to, like maybe they're feral fingers, or maybe they're an experiment, or maybe they're a clone, or you know, like it's trying to trick you. I personally don't like to read further into the lore than what is like very explicitly stated. So to me, they are just open-ended. It is just
Yeah, right.
all I can say is the finger creepers exist. They are related to the two fingers somehow. What they are, we don't know. Why they are the way they are, we don't know.
We don't know.
We
Yeah,
do
yeah.
know that they're different from the two fingers, but they are related. Maybe they're like cousins. Like, what does that mean? Like, who can say?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's very open-ended in a way that I find very odd.
I think
Even the rocks
it's
are
weird as
so
hell.
weird because even the geodes that are broken open, none of them are missing their core.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing came out of them. It's like, what the fuck? Why are there so many of them as like a specific visual?
Yeah.
What is it doing?
All right, let's go to the Cathedral of Manus Meter. I might need to banish you guys so that you can talk to Emir on your own because he's in a special nested dialogue. So I don't know if he'll actually work for you all. But I'm gonna come here and then I guess I'll banish you. And we'll talk to Emir and Jolan. Oh, everyone, let me know when you're ready to talk to Emir.
I've loaded.
Good.
Where's...
I reached for my computer mouse and I grabbed a handful of Milo because he's all laying on top of my mouse.
What was the name of the place?
Your computer.
Oh, this
Cathedral
is,
of Manus Meter.
Yeah, it's like one of the northeastmost
Top
sites
right
of grace we
corner
have.
church in the lake.
Oh, I'm already here. Okay.
And then we'll just talk to Emir when we're all ready.
I'm here.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Beautiful sound.
Water
Ready.
drinking
Love
ASMR. All right, let's do some talking.
Oh, there you are. The exalted timbre of the bell has reached these ears of mine. Gracious, the starry sky is wondrous tonight indeed. Only your fate shines brighter. Now, these are for you. Think I have made my decision to be of help. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore. Ah, you met Yulan. Well, I hope that she behaved at least. The poor girl has overcome grave misfortune. Her tongue can be sharp at the best of times, but don't think that makes her a bad person. It's no surprise her little sister, too, has a heart of gold. I fear that you have borne witness to the whole of it. The conceits, the hypocrisy of the world built upon the Earth Tree. The follies of men. Their bitter suffering. Is there no hope for redemption? The answer, sadly, is clear. There never was any hope. They were each of them defective, unhinged from the start. Marika herself, and the fingers that guided her. And this is what troubles me. No matter our efforts, if the roots are rotten, then we have little recourse. Ever young Mikola saw things for what they were. He knew that his bloodline was tainted, his roots mired in madness. A tragedy if ever there was one. That he would feel compelled to renounce everything when the blame lay squarely with the mother. May the gleaming stars guide you evermore.
All right. Everyone good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're just shooting nails. That's what fingernail magic is.
I
Yes.
was not expecting that.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that that word to be pronounced timbre.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, instead of timbre. Yeah.
Emir's.
Is that a British way of saying it? Or I don't know.
I have no idea. Emir's dialogue is very weird, though. You'll notice that he rolls every single one of his R's, even when it's not an R that's meant to be rolled.
Yeah.
Very weird quirk.
Yeah, I feel like timbre is one of those words that's very funny because I feel like everyone has to go through the learning process that it's not timbre at some point.
Yeah.
Like, unless if you have parents that like are nerds of
still
music
wasn't timbre.
synthesizers. Right, but it's still. But then yeah, here's this extra layer. It's like, oh, he's about to say timbre, and then it doesn't come out that way, and you're just like, okay, it's a funny word. It's just like a word to create maximum confusion amongst people who speak English. Like,
Yeah.
I did
that
put
word.
together that
I mean, it
in
rules,
a
but-
further mockery of everything, the fucking glintstone nail spells that we're seeing. They, by turning over and over again, moving in straight lines, but turning several times before they hit their target, they're recreating a finger.
Yeah. Yes. They look
They're
like
they're
fingers.
The joints of a finger.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Uh,
Why even? Why? It's so
'Cause
weird.
it's magic in honor of the fingers.
So,
everything wants to be finger shaped, I guess. you
So-
know?
Yeah,
it's
it's
weird.
this actually does
Why
get
is everything crosses?
So this does get to some of the stuff that Emir just said. So he said basically, we are wandering through the lands of shadow, seeing the hypocrisy of the world, right? Like everything. He's speaking very generally, but when in the context of the DLC, we're seeing that very applied. This is a world that was built from suffering, built from death. Marika's entire existence, her entire fight to create this world of the Erd Tree, this world without death, this world of abundance and prosperity, comes from this place of lack and oppression and death. And so, like, there is an inherent rotten core to the philosophy that guided the world she wanted to create. And Emir speaks very ominously when he says, like, when the roots are rotten, there's nothing good can come of it. All of this is the fault of the mother, he says. But the thing is that was also a figure that was just spoken of by the ghost in the ruins, who said, like, I'm going to blow into this horn and be cradled by the exalted mother. So, like, what is this mother creature? Is this the fingers? Is this Marika? Like, what is this theme of this, like, rotten mother that has birthed something that can't exist correctly? And then you can talk to him about Mikola, and he says, like, Mikola too is sort of a byproduct of this. You know, like, he's trying to be good, trying to cast off his lineage because he sees the hypocrisy of his mother in, like, full focus. But he's still a byproduct of Marika. Like, he's still renouncing a lineage that, like, brought him to be. There's, like, an inherent paradox in that, which I think is interesting.
Is there no solution for it? Are we talking, like, down to your DNA, you cannot exist because you are a product of failure? Or is it like is this religious base? Like, you just don't have faith in the right thing. You need to rescind your... rescend and gain salvation. Like,
yeah, I think Emir would argue that there's a proper origin that, like, one should go back to and focus on in order to, like, find the right way. But I think the message of this DLC is more like, instead of striving for a perfect origin, understand that things have already started and you can only there's no erasing what has been done. There is only moving forward from it, is sort of like what I think it's trying to say. Emir gives us the beloved Stardust Talisman, which also says, Count Emir is known for his recitations. One need only envision the romance of the stars above with adoration for stardust in one's heart to become a great sorcerer. Do so and you will know love. Which is interesting because it actually gets to a different aspect of Emir's character, which is his relation to the Carrion Study Hall. He likely was a professor there, and as we will come to learn, he was in fact the person who taught R'hllana and Rennala in their childhood. So he is of import, of great scholarly import to the astrologers. So let's talk to Yolan now. She's standing over by a pillar.
How did Count Emir reward you with that?
She's spiky
Then I see you have gained his trust.
and looks a lot like a certain character you should kill in
mine.
Demon Souls.
I am Yolan. The night is yours now to wield. Don't get the wrong idea. We are neither friends nor confidants. I am merely honoring Count Emir's wishes. Enough of you.
So she's kind of standoffish, but
And her final dialogue loop is great.
I like her.
Enough of you.
Now, if we sit at the bonfire, Ymir will disappear. I'm going to open my world back up.
Oh, he disappears?
Yes.
Oh.
Which is kind of cool.
What do you think? He sits in the chair all day? He goes and does things. He has a life.
So
Jesus.
he, I believe,
he
is...
only disappeared once for me, and that was when his entire quest chain was over.
He's actually waiting in the graveyard.
You whole. I was not ready to be
So,
your mother.
So we might be seeing something that Keith hasn't seen yet, potentially, and maybe didn't know
For
about.
now, my
I'm curious
dear.
to see where this is gonna go. This will be cool.
Sleep soundly.
Well, did you complete his quest,
Yeah.
Keith?
I will return shortly.
This is
Okay.
an optional
Please.
thing.
Allow the two of us a moment alone.
Well, as long as it's not spoiling the quest, I would imagine that's the...
So he's just waiting over
Fighting the final
here
boss.
in the graveyard, and he's speaking to a grave. He says, I was not able to be your mother. Like, I'm so sorry. But soon enough, we will have a chance to be together again. And if you talk to him, he'll say, like, I'll return to my seat shortly. Leave me alone. However, while he is not at his seat, you can activate his seat. You can interact with it. So when everyone is back in my game, I will interact with the seat.
Yeah, this is what I was asking. Like, Keith, did you not interact with his throne?
I've done all that. I thought you had to finish it all first.
You can do this part
Oh,
next.
gotcha. Okay, that's why you're confused about him going away from his throne.
Yeah,
thought
I
it was-
did both finger ruins, and then he obviously left, and then I did the next thing, and that just felt correct and intuitive. So the
Yes.
idea that
Oh, yeah, no, you
that
can
he,
get, yeah,
the
you can
idea
go
that
down
he
there
moves
sooner.
after
Yeah.
only one of them, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's only possible to do this right here and right at this moment, and he gets special dialogue afterward, which is interesting.
Weird. But yeah, Andrew, the entire middle of like most of the characters' quest chains is just completely optional in this expansion. People
Yeah,
will just
I
like
don't-
skip to later parts
Yeah.
when certain
believe
things
it.
happen. And
Sounds very Souls-like.
huh,
Oh, that's cool.
can we still do everything down here?
Wait,
I-
what is he
Already?
doing down here?
We,
What the hell?
We can fight one thing, but not the main.
Not
thing.
the other thing. Yeah.
Okay.
What the
like-
fuck? How big is this space? What
I
the
was
hell
like,
you
this
got
whole thing
going on
feels
down
out
here?
of order and wrong. If we can just finish it before doing the other ruin.
No, we
What the
can't.
fuck?
But the
Oh,
funny
he has one
part,
of the. Oh, he has the poop ocarina.
So this is an awkward bit of design challenge. So they made it so that in co-op you can activate the summoning pool for this. So you could get down here, activate the summoning pool, and then help other players defeat the boss without having seen it yourself yet in your own game.
Oh, that's really weird.
So yeah. That's very. I activated it, but I did not do that. I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get here so I can see it on my own for the first time.
One of the difficult things about this is if you die fighting this invader, you lose your souls because the door is not open to get down here afterward.
Yeah, I already rested and he sat back down.
All right. So you get the Claws of Night and Sword Hand of Night. Anna has died. Obviously,
down here on the left.
if you look at the description, it says engraved with a smith script enabling strong attacks to launch all three claws at a target. This is very good. Claws of Ablotimus Black, which no light can escape, wielded by Anna, Sword Hand of Night. This is Anna, sister of Yolan. Wowzer. And we get another Finger Weaver's
Fingies
cookbook.
are underground too.
The Fingies are underground too. It's true.
Yeah.
How fucked up is
The
that?
mimics are also growing underground, which means they don't require.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
don't.
like a plant.
Yeah, they're very weird.
I can't believe I was wrong for all these years and they never added a mimic to the expansion.
Yeah, a lot of people
Can't
really,
interact
like,
with this yet.
Assumed a mimic was gonna be added in the DLC. Like they gotta
Nah,
add a mimic.
See, you're gonna wait, and then before they stop supporting this game completely, they're gonna add a mimic somewhere in the game and not tell anybody.
They'll just patch one in.
Yeah, just
I
patch
would love
one
that.
in somewhere.
Random chance, 1%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every chest rolls, and there's like a 1% chance it is just a mimic instead.
Did you see the upsetting like mimic variants people were coming up with back in the day, like the bonfire mimic? or the
Bonfire
ladder
mimic. It was a great idea. Yeah.
The ladder mimic's incredible,
Ladder-
where like
yeah.
the rope ladder will just coil you up and pull you up into the mouth at the top of the ladder. And like, "Ah!"
Wait, Half-Life? What the
It's
fuck?
it's a genuinely fantastic idea. Like, that is a really,
Yeah.
really good
I like a
idea.
rope ladder.
All right. So I think Jolan will get extra dialogue as well. So again, I might banish you all to speak with Emir and talk to
So
Jolan
she's still
after.
alive.
Yolan is. Anna is. We got rid of.
Oh, that was a different character.
Yes.
Yes.
This is her sister, who Emir just spoke about in his dialogue.
She was gone
Oh.
at this point, so I thought it was just the same person.
Right.
You learned something else. Is that about the
Talk to
person
her.
we fought or the person up here?
What are you talking about?
The other thing about these characters.
That is about the sister. So,
Enough of you.
okay, she is not. You can tell her you were attacked by a sword hand of night underground. Does everyone get that dialogue or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Stop. What did you just say? Wait, no. Say nothing. I have one star alone, and only his words will do. I will say this much. I am in your debt, but I will hear no more. I have one star alone, and only his words will do.
So that's cute. She gets some dialogue there. And now, if
Right, I'm dumb.
why?
Person underground uses claws, and she has a smoky katana
Yes, she has the katana of night.
that I've commented on several times for being so comically edgy that she has a smoke katana.
All right. And now we can talk to Emir again, and he says some weird shit. If I remember correctly, he doesn't have. Damn it, he doesn't have the thing that I thought he would this time. But that's fine.
Oh,
That
he
did
has
not reset for
Did
me.
you espy
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
all
think
rest,
we all
I
have to
guess.
rest to see him.
perchance?
Oh yeah.
Well, put
So
it
are you
out
currently
of your
talking,
mind.
Toaster?
I am.
The stars will
Oh,
reveal.
probably
we
should
should
wait
wait
for
a
that.
Time.
Yeah.
Free yourself of any misconceptions, lest they bring woe upon the both of us.
Yeah, he just has a single piece of dialogue. But if you guys come back, maybe you'll be able to see him and speak to him. Oh, he got out of his chair. He's out of his chair. No, he's
He's
back
out
in
of his chair?
He's back in his chair now.
He's on his back.
Oh, it's still open for me, and he's not here at all.
Yeah, it's still open.
Oh wow,
Okay.
you guys are
Wait, is
phasing
it-
right through.
Wait, yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say,
not-
yeah,
it's not
Toaster,
re-
what do you
it's not
see?
re-
Yeah.
You guys are
see
phasing through the ground, and I can't go down there. Interesting. If I banish you, I mean, I could banish
Oh,
you.
so you fall in?
I can't fall in.
Yep.
Wow.
Ka fell in.
Ka fell right in the hole.
Oh no!
Wee!
Is something the matter?
Let's see. I'm gonna stand here just in case
Yeah, we
the
can't,
door
can't banish
closes.
us yet because Connie's got his souls or they'll go away.
Yeah.
Where would your souls wind up? Is this unstable ground? I'm so tempted to find out right now.
I
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I would
Oh,
assume
you're
his souls are gonna show
right,
up on the
right,
side over here,
Right, he
right?
fell down, so they'll be up here still. Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Toaster, let me die and respawn and in your game before you
What?
take us out.
Yeah.
I'm okay with losing souls. This is a research. I'm very curious about this patch of ground right here. Like, will it be unstable ground? So my most recent ground will be like away from the throne properly, or are my souls going to be phased inside of the throne? I'm dying to know.
Where were your souls at?
I was standing.
Uh,
I was
find him
standing
right here.
right
Oh,
on the
okay,
edge
so
for
they
a
were-
while. So
So they were
mine-
right in front of.
Hey, no, they programmed it correctly. Yeah, they made the whole area unstable ground. So my runes were over here, despite having stood in the center of it before jumping off.
Okay,
Interesting.
that's what I
Yeah.
figured. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
So I'll just summarize his dialogue in case it doesn't work for you all. I'll banish you as well, just so that when you rejoin my world, it will be back to the correct state, so we can finish this quest as long as we can. But he basically says, like, oh, did you espy something unsightly? Like, put it out of your mind. We don't want it to be upsetting anyone. He just fully acknowledges that you saw what the fuck was underneath and that Anna was down there and that there's a finger of ruins underneath the church. And he just says, that's inconvenient. Shut up about that. And then he just doesn't say anything else about it. He might have someone in his hands when you talk to him in your world. I'm not sure.
He's not acknowledging I did that.
Okay.
Be on your way. I will hear no more.
It's possible that I set the flag for you all, so as long as it's set for you, it's good.
Okay, yeah, he didn't say anything to me.
All right, opening my world back to Wanderers so you guys can come back in when you need to. I assume he will be in the correct spot. But he gave us a map to the Second Finger Ruins, which is in the top right of this area. We will not be able to go there just yet.
All he says is something the matter?
Yeah. That is technically the part of the line to dialogue. So it's fine. It means the flag was set for you all. Sometimes he will spawn there holding a little finger baby, a little finger
Oh
creeper.
yeah.
And
little boy.
the little boy, that's Yuri. That's Yuri, his little son who keeps dying, and he keeps burying him in the grave behind the church. And that's sad. It's a little sad thing.
Be on your way. I
Wait,
will
huh?
hear no-
What do you wait, huh?
Keeps dying?
He keeps dying. What do you mean he keeps dying?
So the implication
good.
here is that he keeps trying to birth or create these finger creepers, and they don't live for very long. And he keeps naming them Yuri and keeps trying to raise them as his son.
Wait, is every tombstone out here Yuri's tombstone? Is this all the fucking hands he's made?
Possibly.
Is this all the Santa's little helpers in the Simpsons backyard?
Yeah.
Holy
That
shit,
actually
dude.
that's actually a great idea. That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
I didn't really think
What
about
the
those
fuck?
terms exactly, but yeah.
Their headstones are not created equally.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So the
Why? For what end?
I mean, we don't know exactly how many of the gravestones are this, but the implication is that he's in here actively trying to create more finger creepers. We know from the dialogue from when he was out at the graveyard that he wanted to be their mother, but is not ready yet. So whenever he
Does that mean
says,
that all finger creepers were created by Mpreg?
we don't know, but maybe we'll see. Anyway,
Wait, so you can just grow them? You can just grow them underground? Like it doesn't
not necessarily grow, but give birth to, possibly.
give birth to? Well, okay.
You'll
It's
just
just fisting gone wrong.
sit along for the ride, Andrew. Let's go to the main gate plaza.